Hi, my name's Jonathan Madey, and we're home from the PGA Merchandise Show at Blair County Golf. Beautiful weather here in February, so the range has been packed, and we're doing a lot of business, doing a lot of club fittings, and certainly a lot of lessons. What I want to talk to you about today is how it goes when you take a lesson here at Blair County Golf. We actually are working on having more instructors that kind of work under the program that I'm teaching, more clinics for our ladies, our higher level player, especially like the high school player working to go to college, juniors, more junior camps. We traditionally have 2 junior camps. We're looking at having a few more this season. And that way everybody can get into instruction instead of having to wait 3 weeks. And every lesson, I truly believe that I like to start with the setup. And during my career of, I feel taking too many lessons, but taking a bunch, I've taken kind of what I like and what I haven't liked and weeded it all into one thing. And when I work with Ledbetter, Butch, and a few of these other good instructors, every single first lesson has began with setup. And the setup is so critical because you can now, I can show you how you can look at basically who you want to play for money or not. And who's going to come over the top, you can see in the setup. So as an instructor, when we set the golfer up, what we're trying to do is virtually just kind of see impact. So we're trying to set you up for the impact that you want to have, whether it's a fade, draw, high, low. To me, that's the ultimate golfer. Like your professional golfers who have won all 4 majors. They've won overseas. They've won over here at different venues. And then, of course, Augusta National. So to me, they would have all the shots. But there's not one player on tour who really doesn't. No matter what, your first lesson is going to be set up. And a lot of the books I've read, for instance, when you go through your PGM course, they say your good instructor is going to talk about grip first. I don't. I talk about it, of course, in our first lesson. It's one of the first probably 5 things I get to. But to me, without seeing a proper ball flight, there's no way you can tell that person's grip. Now, the times I will go with grip first is when a person has literally never touched it before, never taken a swing, a junior, or something that's just, hideously wrong. That's when I will go after grip first. And one thing I do believe is that 100% of golfers at times have 2/10 of a grip pressure. And when I say 100%, I mean even our tour pros, where when you see them miss, not too often, but when you see it, the grip pressure a lot of times will get tighter here or looser here. That'll change the release of the golf club. So the grip is very key, and of course always taught to happen first. What I think is indoor now we can see the ball flight, so that helps with our launch system. But these few similarities, which we could call fundamentals, are what we must establish into your first lesson. And never to diminish the grip. The grip is your relationship to the golf club. So arguably the most important thing, but to truly talk about finger position, whether we want to be weak, neutral, or strong at that moment, I like to maybe hit a few balls first and see. Where the only reason you would have a strong grip is for the beginner to learn how to release the club. I'm not against that. I'm not against that at all. I had won, I believe, 3 Pennsylvania junior titles by the time I was 16 years old, holding it like a baseball bat, okay? Because I outdrove everybody, but the problem was 2 out of the 3 drives I hit were out in the right woods. So a little bit like, say you go for a $500 an hour lesson with David Ledbetter, an instructor that I feel is very innovative, and a lot of the young guys that work underneath Ledbetter and are coming up, very good instructors. I recently have taken another course this year and have for the last several years on how to come home and be a better instructor and get into some of the new stuff. I look at teaching and club fitting like a cell phone, and how when you look at it 10 years ago and where we are today, it's so advanced and so much greater. Today when we have our things like the flight scopes and your TrackMan, things that truly work on Doppler radar are going to tell us the ball speed, which is more important. So in a club fitting, I can get a guy who swings 90 miles an hour, club head speed, to hit it as far as a person who swings 110 due to the ball speed and how fast it leaves the face. But I study things that the top 150 players who hold that tour card or the top 150 players on the money list do. There's not that much that they all do the same. I feel every swing is truly like a fingerprint a little bit. So we get that good balance in lesson 1, good setup, and we work our 9 o'clock drill. Any questions, please feel free to email me at blaircogolf@yahoo.com or visit us at YouTube. Jonathan Madey at Blair County Golf, our Facebook page, Blair County Golf on Facebook. And thank you, and we'll see you next time.